Yo, what is up YouTube? RAPiiD here, back with another MK video, and as you can see by the title, we're going to be just, talking about this game's state of, how it is right now. Basically, it's been, when I'm recording this, it's been a year, but it'll probably be a couple days before the, 1 year anniversary of Mortal Kombat 11. And, yeah, and pretty much talk about the things that I would like to be changed. Nothing. I'm not gonna talk about anything that's just like specific character based, but just like all around based. And yeah, I mean, I've enjoyed playing Mortal Kombat for the past year. Definitely was a rough start. If you don't know, this was my first Mortal Kombat, and I did end up going back and buying MKX and playing it a little bit. I haven't played online on that game yet, but I really wasn't really big on these type of fighting games. I've always been an anime, gaming, before I even got into Mortal Kombat. But I really have been enjoying Mortal Kombat, and even though at the beginning I was really bad. I was just looking back at my old recordings of when I first started playing Mortal Kombat 11. I was just so bad, and even now, I'm just, I'm average. I know that, but I'm definitely not as bad as I used to be. But I'm getting better, and as I play more, and the better people I play, I'm gonna get better and better. But I guess I'll go ahead and get into the things that I think should be improved in the game. So the first problem I have in the game is first with the this map isn't really as bad with it, because there's not really that many I don't know. It's the these the interactables. I could not even get the word out for some reason. But yes, the interactables is a problem for me, especially since I'm an Aaron Black main, and one of the shortcut buttons for interactables is 1-2. So since that is the case, and if you don't know, one of Aaron Black's strongest strings, so just so she doesn't have no pushback, let me go ahead and put her in the block. Okay, yeah, see this. One of his strongest strings is 2-1, because it's an auto shimmy, and when you do the full screen, the full string, sometimes you can accidentally be in the go in the full string and accidentally clip it, because you're basically, to do this you have to mash. There's no other way to do. You can't just press all the buttons, and well, I mean, I just did there, but consistently it's really hard to press all the buttons, but you pretty much have to mash it no matter what. It's how this dial-in string works. So because of that, a lot of times I'll get input errors, a lot of times, and I can be in crucial moments. I remember I was in a situation, I'll put myself in right now. Wrong side. So I was in a situation, I was in the corner, and I was playing up against Jackie, and I was playing a tournament, and then as soon as I was trying to I was waiting for my my turn. And as soon as I think I got a flawless block, and I went in for a punish, and that's exactly what happened right there. I didn't even mean to do that right there, but I ended up doing it. But that happens to me so much, just and me accidentally do that. And yeah, I'm out of the corner now, but I would have rather finish my oh my gosh, I accidentally did it to myself again, and then go into a slide, because that's gonna be a better option than climbing out, losing a bar of meter. First of all, I lose a 1 bar of defensive meter, which against Jackie is big, because once you get hit, once you get put in her combos, it's pretty much half of your life is almost gone. You know what I'm saying? So it's tough. It's tough when you get those type of input errors when you're dealing with these strings. And like I said, Aaron Black isn't the only one that has this problem. There's a lot of different characters who have dial-in strings that have similar inputs. I know, I don't know if Katana, she has quite a few quite a few dialing strings. I don't know if she has a similar problem. I don't really know Katana like that. Don't know her buttons, like all her dialing strings, but I could see her maybe having a problem with it. Anyone else who has dialing strings in the game. Yeah, that's one big thing in the game that I still don't. I still don't like that. Like how I don't know how they could change that, but it's really annoying to get that input error, and I get it, and the amount I get it too. So I don't know. So next thing I'm gonna talk about is fatal blows. So both characters got their fatal blow loaded up. So fatal blows are something in the game, even though I know in MKX they didn't have fatal blows or any other in Mortal Kombat, and this is my first Mortal Kombat, so like pretty much I just learning how to play Mortal Kombat, I immediately got used to trying to having to worry about fatal blows, but I really don't like the fact that fatal blows are in the game, and even if they made them a little bit more balanced, because like I can't lie, like Aaron Black's fatal blow is probably, in my opinion, top 3 fatal blows in the game. I'm not gonna put like top fatal blows like Joker's and Johnny Cage's in there, only because theirs are just really good because they can cancel it. I mean, obviously that's like a legit reason why, but it's just like that's really the only reason why they're really good. Other than that, they're really honestly kind of normal. Other than how they look and stuff. I mean, obviously Joker's looks amazing after after the fatal blow hits, but like just straight up their fatal blow just raw. Like Aaron Black has one of the best. It's meterless. I mean, it's full screen. It does so much shit damage. Like with all that shit damage. Like let me put his health up to 100 real quick. Look how much shit damage that does. That's insane. Like if it's like if both characters are at like 10% for just like 1%. Let's say both characters are like 1%, 1 to 5%. Like Aaron Black pulls out his he does his fatal blow. That's death, even if you block all of them. Obviously you can duck them, but like once you get hit by that first one, you're done for. You know what I'm saying? You have to immediately duck, and yeah, that like this fatal blow is just ridiculous. And even though it's not as fast, like it used to be the best fatal blow in the game when it was like, I think it used to be something like 11. Was it 11 frames before? What is it now? I think it's like 13 frames now. Let me see real quick. So, oh no, it's 18 frames. I think it was either 11 or 13 frames before, somewhere in between there, and it was absolutely insane. Now it's still pretty good, but it's definitely not as good as it used to be. Look, there is a lot of scaling on it, but still, other than that, there's nothing wrong with this fatal blow. This fatal blow is absolutely crazy, and he isn't the only one that has crazy fatal blows. And I really feel like even though like I understand it's kind of good, so like it's something that you're going to always have to think about, but the fact that they have a special move that can do so much damage and can have such a big impact on the game. Just because you have, just because you got hit, you're giving a tool that's so good in the game without spending any type of meter at all, I think is a little bit much. I think they should, obviously they can't just take fatal blows out of the game, so they just need to normalize it somehow. And I honestly think that meter should be taken away when you use a fatal blow. Like I don't understand why you get to have this free fatal blow loaded, you know what I'm saying, without at all times once you get under 30%. Like I think that it should, I personally think it should cost 1 defensive and 1 offensive meter. That's just me, but I don't know if how much that would even help, but I do think that it should cost you something. I don't know that. I think 1 defensive, 1 offensive meter is plenty. But just because this is so damn good, and even like I'm honestly also tired when when I be playing like casuals or something. I see this a lot in casuals. Like people will just wake up, like not even not even making a hard read or anything. They just every time they just wake up fatal blow, and so they're just using their fatal blow, but they don't have to worry about it too much because they know they still have it. I feel like you should only be able to use a fatal blow one time, because if you like the fact that you can just wait, I don't know, like what, 10 seconds probably, I think it's like around 10 seconds, and then you have your fatal blow back. It's like, yeah, it's super punishable, but also this pushback is absolutely insane. Like you're not most of, like, unless they have a full, like a really long range fatal blow, or really long range, you know, special move that's, you know, pretty quick, there's no punishing this. You know what I'm saying? You can't punish that. So I don't know, that's just my opinion on the fatal blows. I definitely think they should be changed for sure. Obviously, you know, it'd be a blessing if they got taken out, in my opinion, but they would obviously have to replace something for it, because taking away that tool completely kind of, you know, takes, you know, tools away from some characters like Joker, whose comeback factor is a big part of the reason why he's pretty good in the game. Same with Johnny, but I think obviously I don't think that's going to happen. So I think just normalizing it for being you know, use meter for it. And also, if you cancel, that should definitely take that should also take meter for sure too. Like if you cancel, like most cancels in the game take defensive meters, so why doesn't a fatal blow, which is probably one of the strongest cancels in the game, it honestly is the strongest cancel in the game, doesn't take any defensive bar? So yeah, it's just the fact that you get pretty much a free special move that some characters could even cancel, does 30%, guarantees you 30% damage, and you can even, you know, combo and stuff into it without losing any resources, and the only thing you have to do is take damage. Like, in my opinion, I think that's just extremely stupid, but I don't know, that's just my opinion. The next thing, alright, so the next thing that I want to talk about is the wake up rolls. So I'm just gonna set it up so that I pretty much get knocked down real quick, and then I can, you know, talk about it a little bit better here. But pretty much that's a problem, man. Like the fact that you get and I understand, like, yeah, you should be able to get, if you make the right reads. Like obviously, let me say I knock her down, and this is a big problem with I feel like Aaron is one of the characters you'll get rolled on against a lot, because let's say they're knocked down and you're trying to you try to do I mean, at the end of the day, it's your fault. Damn, that's not doing it. And you try to make a prediction. There's nothing you can do. So you're pretty much screwed once you're in that dial-in string. So yeah, you probably should wait for it to confirm. But let's be honest, I see a lot of even pro, you know, Aaron Blacks, like they every once in a while you're gonna get caught by that. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause, like, the get up roll is just like insane in the game, man. Like obviously there is ways to counter it. You can grab any unblockable will get it. Like even a command grab. I thought, yeah, command grab definitely should. Okay, yeah, so yeah, even a command grab, and I think even some command grabs even do crushing blows because of it. Like there's a lot of things that you can do. You can like time it, so like, you really don't see back rolls too much. Who work better, like Devora, actually. I back roll more with Devora. You know, you can sometimes catch them with I'm pretty sure that's a punish. Let me see. Yeah, that's a punish. So, you know, you really won't see the back roll a lot, but you'll see it every once in a while sometimes with different characters. I'd probably say Devora, you might see it every once in a while, but I don't know, man. It's just the rolls, I feel like, is insanely cheap, and to me, I feel like it's so strong that they should I think personally that if they're not going to take it out of the game, but I think because if you notice, when using your meter, different things build up at different speeds. So if you break away, you lose 2 bars and it's a slow regen. But when you break away, do a get up roll, you only lose 1 bar and it's pretty fast. Like that's pretty fast recovery if you look at it over in the right of the to the right of the screen. Like that is extremely fast. So I'd either say they should slow that down, or maybe even make it just 2 bars, because like I said, it's just extremely frustrating, and I know it's frustrating because I use it a lot, and I get used. It gets used on me a lot, and you know, it's just something that I feel like is a little bit unnecessary. Now, personally, I feel like get up attacks are mostly fine. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, get up attacks get on my nerves as well, but like they're a little bit more easier to deal with since you can just block and punish it. And you know, I do love like the point of being able to use that in flawless block, using get up attacks and flawless blocks, and you know, I feel like that is something that, you know, should obviously, that's fine in the game, but just get up rolls, I think maybe making it 2 bar might be a little much, but I wouldn't care if I wouldn't mind that. But I feel like definitely the speed of the recovery should definitely be changed, in my opinion, and maybe even for the regular get ups, but definitely not for flawless blocks. Flawless blocks can honestly be unchanged. Like using a get up after a flawless block should be unchanged. I mean, that takes a lot of skill just to do that. So yeah, that's just my opinion. But yeah, we'll go ahead and get into y'all might be like, yo, what the freak, why is this man at the crypt? But this is the next thing I want to talk about and what I have a problem with in this game. So obviously this is not for everybody, but this is a problem for me, and as someone who's played this game, you know, for a lot of hours, and you know, I'm not the only one who's played this game for a lot of hours, you know what I'm saying? But if you look down on the screen, look how much currency I have. So I have, right now it says, you know, 900 million, you know, I mean 9,999,999,000, but truly I actually have like 12 billion coins. Like it might even be more than that, I think. Like that, and that's absolutely insane. And I even have 81,000 of the, I can't even remember what they're called, but those green ones, which, you know, use a lot of different things. Even hearts, I have 10,000, which is something that, you know, that's the currency in the game is expensive. You know what I'm saying? So the fact that there's nothing pretty much for me, like I've pretty much opened up every single one of these, and yes, I know you can refill the refill the chests, but I don't know if it's just for me, but every time I refill the chests, the only chests that come back are like max 7,000. Maybe every once in a while I'll see a 10,000 one, but you don't see any more 17,000s, and those are the ones that give you the, you know, the better chance of getting good stuff. And I'm at a point also, you know, I have a good amount of skins, so a lot of times when I open up these things, most of the time, as you already saw, I get like these, you know, the art stuff. You know, I'm gonna keep it hot. I don't want that. You know what I'm saying? I don't want that. Like let's see what we get out of this. These tower consumables, I don't play tower at times. I don't play tower at times unless I see a brutality. That's the only time I will ever play a tower of time. Like that, I don't care about any of these tower of times. You know what I'm saying? That's just stuff I don't care about. And so basically, what I'm saying is they need to put something in the game that lets us use this extra coin that we have. You know what I'm saying? Like something, maybe put something in the store. You can buy. You have the option to, you know, spend, you know, on time crystals. You also have the option to use coins. And even if they had the coins in an insane amount, like for this skin, it requires 1,000,000 coins. Like there's players out here who's played the game enough where they have plenty of coin, even if they have insane prices. I think that's still fairer than have just straight time crystals for everything to buy in the store. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just stupid. I don't think. I feel like they did a lot with this crypt, and I don't think the crypt is bad, but the fact that once you get a certain amount of hours played, you basically have no use for the crypt. And like I said, I'm at that point where there's no reason for me to play the crypt at all, and I just feel like it's a waste. You know what I'm saying? There should be more things that I can use my coin on and earn in the game, so I can make my character to look, you know, better. or get more brutalities. You know what I'm saying? It's just, that's another thing. That's just my opinion. Maybe not a lot of other people feel strongly about this, but I personally do feel strongly about it, and something I really would like to be changed. So we'll go ahead and move on to the next thing, and that is about Kombat League. Alright, so as you can see, we're on the online menu screen, and of course there's no Kombat League season right now. The next season, I don't actually know when the next season is going to start. I actually have to look that up, but basically what I wanted to talk about with Kombat League. So I'm almost 100% sure that at least most people who play Kombat League mostly play Kombat League for the rewards. So like the skins, the time crystals, those are really the only reasons why that most people probably play Kombat League. And honestly, if there was Kombat League, and there was no skins involved, so pretty much if it was just like ranked sets but just with a label, like I would never play any Kombat League at all. Like I don't even play ranked sets. Literally every game of ranked set. No, I think I've played a few times. I have played ranked sets without it actually being a Kombat League season. But majority, like 90% of the games I've played that are under my ranked sets are because of Kombat League. Now, the reason I feel like I would not play Kombat League is part of it is the point system, and then part of it is also the fact I don't really enjoy a first to two. So, and also the matchmaking with connection based, like, and giving you there's the fact that there's pretty much no options for you to connect to people you want to connect. Like, for example, I don't want to face somebody who's on Wi-Fi and has 130 ping, even though that counts as acceptable in the game, and it'll pretty much force you to play that person. As somebody who use a wire when playing, I know if I play somebody who's on Wi-Fi, most likely in Kombat League, and have a 130 ping, most likely it's not going to be 130 ping. It's most likely probably going to be like 170, 180. Now, I'm not dissing Wi-Fi. I played on Wi-Fi for the longest time, but people don't understand that, and they think like, oh, having Wi-Fi, playing you again, having Wi-Fi shouldn't be a problem. Yes, it is a big problem, because if you're not close to me if you're not in the same, even if you're not even in the same state as me, but also if you're not even in the same, sometimes county, honestly, because some areas have better reception than other areas. Luckily, I live in an area that has pretty decent reception. But if I face somebody in Kombat League who lives on the West Coast and I live on the East Coast and they have Wi-Fi, the connection is not going to be good, even if they have the best connection in the world, because Wi-Fi is not consistent. You know what I'm saying? It's not as consistent as if you use a wire. If you use a wire, it's going to be a lot more consistent. You might still, run into some spikes if you're playing somebody who is on, who plays somebody on the West Coast, but it's not going to be a major difference where it will be with Wi-Fi. It won't jump from 50 ping or at least it shouldn't jump from 50 ping to 150 ping, 160 ping. Now, if you're playing somebody who's using wired, and it's not, and unless there's a problem with your wire, most likely they're lag switching if it's jumping from 50 to 200. That's actually crazy. That's probably them lag switching, or you just or you just have a bad wire. But for the most part, wire is definitely the way to go, especially in fighting games. In any game, really, you can see a difference when you use a wire. But yeah, pretty much what I'm trying to say is I should have the option. It's similar to in fighters. So in fighters, you have the option to select, do you want to face somebody with 4 bar, 3 bar, 2 bar, 1 bar? What is the lowest you want? You know what I'm saying? If it's, so basically, So I feel like that should be in the game. That should be in the game. Even if it would be even better if they could do it with ping, because I would like even it would be way better if you could have an option where you only faced wired people, or you have an option where it could be wired and Wi-Fi. So personally, I probably would still play wired and Wi-Fi, but I would have like I don't want to play somebody who has over 100 ping. So if they could do it by ping, that'd be amazing. You know what I'm saying? So I'd put 100 ping in lower, but you know, which is basically 3 bar can be 120 ping, but I like I said, I would like 100 ping and below, to be honest. But for like the best experience, I feel like. So yeah, I mean, that's just my opinion. I feel like that option would be amazing in the game, and definitely would, you know, I think a lot more people would probably play ranked, you know, more, because the fact that you don't have that option is stupid, you know what I'm saying? So the next thing is the fact that, you know, these ranked sets go first to 2. So this isn't too big of a problem, because I don't mind first to 2 too much, but I would personally like for it to be first to 3. It's like, oh, it's only one game. One game can be a very big deal. Sometimes it takes, you know, 2 games to kind of figure out what your opponent does, you know what I'm saying, and how you can to figure out the adjustments you need to make to beat that person. I think it's a lot easier to beat somebody. I think it's a lot easier to beat somebody 2 times in a row than 3 times in a row. And if you beat somebody 3 times in a row, to me personally, I feel like, yeah, it's just you're at that moment you have their number, and there's not probably much they can do. But you know, that's just my opinion. But in a first to 2, you know, I just don't think, I don't know, I don't know, it's hard to explain. It's hard to explain. I honestly don't think it's too big of a deal, but I would like it to be first to 3, but if it's not, it's fine. First to 2 is cool. I don't really care. Next is the point system. So, you know, just like with you know, Fighter Z, I feel like it should give you the option to select if you want to fight people who are just in the same rank as you, if you want to face somebody who is an above rank. And that's just my opinion, because like maybe I want to just face people on a higher rank so I can get more points for when I win. You know, that personally, I'd probably do that, because you could just play less games and get more points. To me, I feel like you benefit more than that. And then obviously everything is going to be record based. So if you're playing somebody, you know, and then also you have the option for, you know, it doesn't matter, pretty much like anything. You could just say anything. You have the option for anything, so pretty much you have no preference. You play anybody, doesn't matter who it is. You know what I'm saying? Lower, higher, same, it doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? Personally, I think that should be in the game. I think that would be good, and yeah, it also would, you know, it like, because it's tough for when you play somebody, when, let's say I'm Grandmaster, and I'm like 1 game away from Demigod, right? And I end up getting matched up against somebody who is, you know, just started Kombat League up, and they're, you know, it's not like they don't have, like, they're experienced in the game, and they're very, very, very good. So let's say they're like, I don't know, 50-0, no, 50, like. You know, they're just flat out better than you, and you're not even in the same league. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I'm trying to say. And then they're in, like, you're in Grandmaster, and they're in Master or Champion, and they just absolutely, you know, and they just wax you. And it's like, damn, I barely even had a chance. Even though that, yeah, I think personally that's a good experience, because I think playing people who are a lot better than you will get you better the more you play them. But it's not like it's actually y'all are trying to play each other and y'all can play like first to 10 or something. It's just a first to 2 set, so you're really not going to be learning much from that beating. You know what I'm saying? And with that, you're going to, because they're in a lower rank than you, you're going to lose like 150, close to 200 points. And if you would have beat them, you only would have gained like 50 points. You know what I'm saying? Like, or not even that, honestly, like probably like 25 points. How the system is, like, I think that's stupid. You know what I'm saying? Like, I honestly really do feel like that's stupid. And I've literally, I probably would have been demigod in the last, like, obviously y'all know that I went on that, I couldn't play the game for a week because my last PS4 died. And so I wasn't able to get I wasn't able to get demigod, but I was literally like I was 300 points away from demigod. I would have gotten demigod if I would have if that my PS4 would have died. But also I would have gotten it if I didn't have if I didn't get matched up with people who were in a lower, you know, I'm not gonna say rank, because honestly, you know, if you don't have to be good to get to Elder God. If you play enough games, you can get to whatever rank you want to be at. But it's just playing that many games for how good you are at the game. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just because I was demigod, I don't think, like I said, I'm average at the game. I get to demigod just so I can get the skins I want. You know what I'm saying? I low-key want that Citrion skin, even though I don't use her. But I don't know. That's just my opinion. This video is getting a little long. Longer than I expected. I really wanted this to be like a 20-minute video. It's like almost a 40-minute video. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and end it here. If you guys enjoyed, please go and leave a like. Subscribe if you're new to the channel. Check out my Twitch in the description and my Twitter. And peace out.